Hello everybody. Today I will be discussing the topic of hierarchy structure of police. I have chosen this topic today because in my earlier videos we have discussed about FIR, investigation, charge sheet, types of complaint, how to write a complaint, how to give a complaint. But many people do not know whom to address the complaint. They do not know what is the hierarchy of police in any state. This is essential to know because in case your FIR is not registered or your complaint is not taken by the concerned police, you have to approach the higher authorities before approaching the court. Let us see now what is the hierarchy in which the police is divided. Every state has one Director General of Police. The Director General of Police is the head of the police department of a state. Under the Director General of Police is the Commissioner of Police in the commissionerate areas. Commissionerate areas means the city areas, and in the rural areas, that is the village areas, the Superintendent of Police is the head of the police. Below them is the Joint Commissioner of Police. The Joint Commissioner of Police is an officer of the IGP rank and he is second in command to the Commissioner of Police. In Mumbai area, you will see we have 4 to 5 Joint Commissioner of Police, that is Joint Commissioner of Police Law, Joint Commissioner of Police Crime, Joint Commissioner of Police Law and Order, Joint Commissioner of Police Crime Branch, and so on. There are various Joint Commissioners of Police, reason being that the departments are vast. Under the Joint Commissioner of Police comes then Additional Commissioner of Police, that is an officer of the DIG rank who is in charge of the area. Mumbai is divided into various zones and so are other states, that is the North Zone, East Zone, West Zone and South Zone. Each additional commissioner is in charge of his zone. Under the additional commissioner of police comes the deputy commissioner of police in the city level, whereas in the rural areas is the SP. The SP, that is the superintendent of police, is the head and he is the topmost officer in the rural areas, that is the last authority to whom a complaint is to be addressed. Under the deputy commissioner of police or the superintendent of police comes an assistant commissioner of police or the deputy SP. Deputy SP is someone who is in rural areas, whereas the assistant commissioner of police is in the city areas. Under them comes the police inspector, that is the PI. He is known to be the in charge of a police station, that is the last authority of a police station. Under the police inspector comes an API, that is an assistant police inspector. Under assistant police inspector comes a police sub inspector, and under a police sub inspector comes a sub inspector, that is the assistant sub inspector. Under the assistant sub inspector comes the head constable. Head constable is the leader of the constables because constabulary is divided into police naik and police constables. Now let us see what happens when you go to the police station to give the complaint. When you go to give the police a complaint, your complaint needs to be addressed to the station house officer, that is the in charge. Understand the difference between the station house officer and the police inspector is difference because every station house officer is different for every day. Duties have been allotted about 12 hours or 8 hours for every station house officer. When you address the police complaint to the station house officer would refer the complaint to the PI, and that is the police inspector or the head of the police station, and he would assign it to the concerned PSI. If it is a complaint relating to offense with women, then a lady police officer is assigned. So the station house officer and the police in charge, inspector in charge of a police station is different. Now let us see under what provisions are these officers supposed to investigate, or what are the manuals they refer to. In Maharashtra, the police is supposed to investigate in accordance with the Maharashtra Police Manual, IPC and CRPC along with the Evidence Act. Now what are the diaries which are maintained in every police station? In every police station there is a station diary. Nobody apart from the police officers have access to the station diary, but the station diary is under the purview of RTI and also can be demanded by the court if an application is made under section 91 of CRPC for production of documents. The station house diary is a diary in which all the movements of the officers are noted down. For example, so and so information has been received and the information has been informed to the senior, and after informing to the senior has directed investigation. Secondly, all the details of the police officers reporting is written in the station house diary. So if an station house diary is obtained under RTI, it would be easy to see what actions have been taken by the police in particular a crime. Only station house diary that will be available to you under RTI is the one which concerns you. If you are a third party, then the station house diary won't be given to you. Next, second is, what is a police diary or a pocket diary? See, there is a vast difference between a pocket diary and a station house diary. Station house diary is for the entire police station, whereas pocket diary is supposed to be maintained only by the constables. The constables are supposed to maintain this pocket diary to write down their movements and write down all of the information they receive and the way in which they have transmitted their information. The pocket diary also contains information about the informers or the secret informants who give secret information. The pocket diary does not come under the purview of RTI, but the court can demand the pocket diary as it is a personal diary of a police constable, and the constable is not supposed to part his secret information to general public. Now, Maharashtra police is divided into 24 units, but the units which are concerned to us are local police, crime branch, cyber cell, detection, that is the encounter squad, then anti-terrorist squad, traffic police, social service cell. Social service cell is a cell where generally counseling is done, and these cells try to mediate between the matrimonial disputes. Then comes the narcotics cell. Then is the anti-extortion cell. Anti-extortion cell is a cell where you have to give the information if you have been extorted or if there are threats for your life with regard to some ransom. Then is the missing persons bureau. The missing persons bureau is a bureau in which a list is maintained of the people who are missing, and the list is being circulated every month to every police station. The missing complaints bureau, that is the missing persons bureau, updates this list every monthly and thereafter supplies it to every police station. After that is the special branch. Then comes the economic offences wing, which deal with the offences that are related to economy about to a higher level. The complaint has to be directly addressed to the senior inspector of the economics offences wing. There is one concept which many of us do not know, that is relating to the police patil. The police patil is the main official or the quasi-judicial officer in a village, and he is responsible for recording the birth and the deaths, and he is supposed to maintain a register with regards to the birth and the death in the village. He is also supposed to maintain the unclaimed property of the village, and he is directly reportable to the district police or the taluka magistrate. There are several duties which are given to a police patil. A police patil is a person who records the information first and then gives it to the police station. Many a times we have seen that the police patil is the complainant in the rural areas. This is because it is the duty of the police patil to roam in the village, take note of whatever is happening and report to the seniors. The police patil in the outbreak of an epidemic is under a duty to report such epidemic to the police and the taluka magistrate to take the appropriate actions. Any information which goes to the police station in the rural areas goes through the police patil in the absence of any other mode of communication. The police patil is easy accessible, and he is a quasi-judicial and an administrative authority. Many did not know up till now what are the duties of police patil. The police patil, upon receipt of an information, shall take down the information in writing and inform to the seniors immediately, and the action, that is the investigation, would start. Many times the police patil himself is the complainant, because he finds an unclaimed, unidentified dead body whom he refers to the police station or the hospital after giving the information for the post-mortem report. It is essential for the post-mortem report to write about the complainant, and hence the duty of the police patil in the village areas is very important. Apart from all this, there are special branches, that is the Crime Investigation Department, SID, State Investigation Department, and the Central Bureau of Investigation, that is the CBI. All this sums up the hierarchy of police, because all of them consist of police officers. So now in this video, I have explained how to approach the police. The views expressed in this video are upon my understanding of the laws in India and explain in a way which will be easy for the layman or the common man to understand. The intention of this video is to help the common man understand their legal rights and legal remedies available to them. This video does not mean to offend, harm, insult, criticize any person living or dead or any community. Do not forget to like, share and comment on the video, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Till then, bye. Thank you. Stay safe.